Hi guys, Pete from Leaders PT Training. What we're going to do today is go through back squat. So we're going to go through how it should be performed, what you're going to be looking for with clients that are a little bit tight and unable to perform it. Then we're going to show you how to fix those problems. And I've got Jess, who's very kindly offered to help me today. So what Jess is now going to do is perform 5 good back squats, and we're just going to look at little points that make it a good squat for your clients. So firstly, when we set under the bar, what you'll probably have is, and if we look at this now, you're going to have clients that are naturally, sorry, just move your head, Jess, naturally tighter on one side than the other. And they're going to go under where they think the centre of the bar is. So what we're then going to also do is sometimes I'll just basically guide the client to the middle of the bar just to make sure they've got the weight distributed properly. With hand position, it always just wants to be comfortable. You're going to have clients with different abilities and tightnesses through their shoulders. We just want to make sure they can safely and securely hold the bar and make it as comfortable as possible. Okay, Jess, if you load now. So what we're looking for with a good squat is just to make sure that when we're coming down, the back's nice and tight, the core's engaged, and then we're getting the hips below the knee line and the weight staying over the middle of the body. So we're not tilted forward, we're not tilted backwards. Jess is going to keep her head nice and forward just to keep her centre of gravity there. Good, good, good. Excellent, load it back on. Okay, so now what we've got to look at is when you're doing these, they're not bad or wrong, it's just when you've got clients that, for example, have got desk jobs, they're going to be tight. And normally they're going to be tight through their back, their glutes, their hamstrings. Basically anything that's in contact with a chair is going to be tight or weak. So this is kind of what it's going to look like on the majority of the time if someone is squatting and they haven't got the mobility needed to get into the squat properly. So Jess, if you give me 3 of our, let's call it worst squats. Okay, now what you're likely going to see is when they come down into a squat, they've got an inability to move freely through their hips. Their ankles are really tight, meaning there's a lot more leaning forward and it's a lot more uncomfortable for them to get into that squat position. That's it. And what this is going to mean, firstly, the squat's going to feel horrible for them to do anyway. And secondly, you're not really going to get much benefit out of them because they're not comfortable in the squat. They've not got the firing of the muscles needed to perform it properly. Cheers, Jess. Okay, so, Jess, will you just step out a second? So what we're basically looking at, okay, your common areas that are going to be tight is obviously the backs are weak and tight. If people that don't train a lot, got desk jobs, they get quite sedentary. Then you've got all around the hips, so your glutes are going to be not firing properly. Hip flexors are going to be tight. Then you've got your hamstrings and your ankle. Okay, so a real simple fix to try and sort this out before they start squatting is just quite simply